Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Cooking for the Family. I'm Dyvonne and today I'm going to share with you how to make these delicious, yummy buttermilk muffins. These muffins are that little something sweet that you like to have after dinner. You just want a little something to have with maybe a cup of coffee, some tea. Well, I'm going to share with you how to make them. So these buttermilk muffins are something that you would often have in the evening time. My father grew up in the country, and a lot of times his mom in the evening would make like a little something sweet because company would come from down the road and come sit out at the porch, and they would visit and talk, and they'd have a little something sweet. And my grandmother would make some buttermilk muffins, some sweet cornbread, a little cake or pie, something that she has made, and especially worked well because it was a good way to use up if you had a little bit of buttermilk left. And so these buttermilk muffins always got whipped up so easily because you're able to use that little bit of buttermilk that you have left. So in my bowl so far I've put 2 cups of all-purpose unbleached flour. Now to that we're going to be adding some baking powder, and we're going to be using 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And in the description box below, I'll have a list of all the ingredients that you need to make these delicious, easy to put together, down-home buttermilk muffins. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put in some regular table salt, and we're going to be using a 1/2 teaspoon of regular table salt. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome in. And if you're a returner, welcome back. And on my channel, I share with you family recipes, some stories here and there, things that I like to cook and bake for my family in my kitchen. I enjoy sharing them with all of you. And so if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. It is free. Don't be a stranger. So I invite you to come back and spend time with me in my kitchen. Now, once we have sifted our dry ingredients together, next what you want to do is you want to take a big bowl, and we're going to be using 1 egg, and this is 1 large egg that I had at room temperature. Go on and whisk the egg thoroughly. You want to make sure that you don't have any white streaks. Be sure to go on and beat your egg very thoroughly. Next, what we're going to do is, in my measuring cup, I'm putting in 1 cup of buttermilk, and to the buttermilk, I'm adding in 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. I go on and whisk the vegetable oil and the buttermilk together, and then as I'm whisking, I add that to my beaten egg and just keep whisking and blending it around just like that. And then next what we're going to do is we're going to go on and add our dry ingredients to our wet. And we're just going to add 1/2 of our dry ingredients, and the dry ingredients that we had sifted together was our flour, baking powder, salt, and sugar. And so you just go on and you put in 1/2 the ingredients, you mix that with the wet ingredients, and then you put the balance of the dry ingredients, you add that in now. And then once you have the balance of the dry ingredients, you want to go on and start to mix that as well. Now while I'm doing this, I have my oven. It is preheating on 375 degrees. And our muffins will bake up anywhere from 25 to 35 minutes. At 20 minutes, what I do is I go and I check them for their doneness. When your muffins are done, they're going to have just like a nice golden brown around the edges and just a slight golden brown to the top, but mostly around the edges. Now, when you're mixing up your batter, you want to be mindful that you just kind of want to mix around the edges and then also from bottom to top. What we're doing is you don't want to overmix your batter as well because you don't want your muffins to be tough. You just want to make sure that you have mixed where there's no more of the white streaks of flour showing, okay? It's going to be thick and your batter will have some lumps in it, and that is okay because you don't want to overmix. Then this is going to be enough where we can make 12 muffins. This recipe can definitely be doubled if you want to take it to a party or for a gathering or something. And so what I do is I use my little scooper. This scooper that I'm using is about like say 2 tablespoons put together. That's about the size. This is kind of on like the medium size scooper that I'm using. And I go on and we're going to be ending up filling our muffin tins about 2/3 of the way full. So I go through and I make sure that there's enough batter, about half batter in all of my muffin tins, and then I go back through and then I just kind of even it out a little bit more, and just to make sure that there's enough batter in all of the muffin tins. And you're going to end up using up all of your batter, and that'll make you a dozen muffins, just like I'm doing here. Now this is perfectly ready to go, just like this, but my little extra special touches, I like to put on some of my homemade cinnamon sugar mixture. Now this is optional, and so you can use just half if you just want to put it on 6 of the muffins and then leave 6 of the muffins without the cinnamon sugar mixture on. You can definitely do that as well. And to put the cinnamon sugar mixture on top, I'm using my half teaspoon measuring spoon, and I'm just sprinkling about a half of a teaspoon on each one, give or take, a little sprinkle here or there, but you want to do about a half of a teaspoon, and then I make sure that I cover as best as I can all around, just like that. Now these muffins are great with butter. Oh my goodness, they are so good when you just open them and put some butter on them. Also, what's great is that to have jam or preserves with the muffins. Also, honey and butter is great. You can also use syrup. My my grandfather made homemade syrup, and so they would have homemade syrup a lot of the times. And so if you're going to have any of those with your muffins, you want to have those with the muffins that do not have the cinnamon and sugar on top. So our muffins are ready. They're going to bake in the oven for about that 25 to about 35 minutes. Well, our muffins have baked in the oven for a little more than 20 minutes. They are looking so good. They are smelling so good. Oh my goodness. So what we're going to do is we're going to let our muffins cool for about 5 or 10 minutes, just like this in the tin. We're going to go on and serve us up some, and we are going to see how we did today with these wonderful buttermilk muffins that we have adorned with that wonderful cinnamon and sugar on top. Well, let's go on and give our muffins a try. They have baked up so nicely. I'm going to go on and give y'all the first bite right there of your muffin. Okay, I'm going to give it a bite, and I'm going to see how we did. Oh, wow, y'all. These are so good. These are so simply good. Oh my goodness. With some coffee, I'm going to get my coffee ready, y'all. I'm going to go in and put some butter on it, because you know what? We have to have this with a little bit of butter. Some nice soft butter will do you. And they are not overly sweet, and this is what is so good. This is definitely, I could see, just sitting on the porch with some coffee, some tea, maybe some lemonade, having a conversation with some folks and just enjoying the evening, having that little bit of something sweet. Oh my goodness, this is just so perfect, y'all. And right there is some butter right there for our buttermilk muffins. Well, I hope you give this recipe a try. Well, if you like this video and appreciate the content, don't forget to show it some love. Give it a thumbs up. Click share this video with a friend or a family. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.